Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're finally going to start taking apart the white MR2, and the whole goal is just to try to figure out what things we need to buy. At the minimum, I know I will have to buy hood hinges because whenever I try to open it up, I actually have to press it over to the driver's side, otherwise it won't open up. I'm not really sure what else I'm going to have to buy. For this bumper, the only damage we have is right here. The passenger side headlight cover is totally fine. The driver's side one here, it actually has damage, but in this box down here, I actually have a full headlight assembly. I also have vented front fenders that are supposed to be a direct replacement. I will be keeping the fenders that are currently on the white MR2 for the V6 MR2, just because for the plans with that car, I probably will be cutting some stuff up, and the V6 MR2 has perfect fenders. These ones would be the ones to cut up. In the 5 years that I've owned the white MR2, I've actually never taken anything off to kind of assess the damage. I honestly didn't anticipate I'd even have this car this long. In that first year or two, I probably put it up for sale like 10 times. For whatever reason, it just ended up sticking around. Point is, I never planned on fixing it because I just didn't care to. The only thing I have done is I did remove this front fender at one time, and that's pretty much it. Under here, it actually looked relatively straight, but I guess I won't fully know until this is off and the front bumper cover is off. We're gonna actually start by removing the fenders. I know there's a couple of bolts here. This one actually snapped off, so that's gonna be a project down the road. Now we'll go to the inside of the fender. I remember there's one right here, and then on the other side, right over here, there's a couple bolts I'm gonna have to undo. This one's actually missing that bolt right there. Oh, but there's a few down there that I'll have to undo. Of course, I'll have to undo these. And then if I recall correctly, it's been a few years since I've had to take a fender off an MR2. I think there's one in the door jamb over here. I thought there was. Oh yeah, right there, there's another one in the door jamb. I don't have wheel liners, which will make this pretty easy, and I think I should have this off in like 5 minutes. Time to get started. I totally forgot there was a 10mm bolt under here. Oh, that's not good. All right, first one out, all corroded. Second bolt down. The next two bolts may be really hard to see, so here's a close-up shot. There's one at the bottom left corner and then one up top. There's another one. Another bolt. Come on. There you go. Oh, that's a little messed up. I think all I have left now are these 3 bolts in here and then the couple on top. I think it should come off really easy now. Everything's undone, maybe not. Oh, of course. I still have a couple zip ties holding it together. Give me 1 second. There you go. And she's off. Right there's the fender, all her glory. From what I've been able to gather, I think the person who had this car like right before me, I think they got it just to try to flip it. And so things were kind of done on the cheap or just not right at all. That's why you saw things like right here, it was actually missing bolts. When I took the fender off like 5 years ago when I first caught it, bolts are missing and I didn't have them. So instead of trying to get the right bolts, I just zip tied it. This right here is actually the side that was impacted. Overall, nothing really looks super bad. The chassis itself seems relatively straight, which gives me actually a lot of hope. We're gonna take off the front bumper next, mainly because I'm just really curious what's under there. Because if there's gonna be any more damage, it's gonna be in this general area. Keeping my fingers crossed, and we'll see here in a second. I was kind of just poking around. It doesn't seem too bad. There's some bolts here. I'm gonna need to pop the headlights up because it seems like there's some bolts in there I'll have to take off, and then I think there's gonna be some stuff underneath. I don't know the first thing about bodywork, to be honest with you guys. So if you guys know, kind of give me some advice here. I'd really appreciate that, because if possible, I would like to save the front bumper, mainly because they're hard to find other ones and they're not cheap if I can find one. So here's actually the damage that this one has. There's a crack here, which normally I wouldn't think would be a big deal, but this is kind of the part that I'm not sure about. It cracks here, then there's like a hole. So I'm not entirely sure there. If that's like the worst of the damage on the bumper, shorter. I think it's going to be completely savable, but again, if you guys have any advice, let me know. We are going to go underneath the car right now. There's typically 2 plastic trays. I already took those off like a month and a half ago because I was going to do the radiator. It's just a couple 10mm bolts, but once you take that off, you're going to find 2 little bolts attached to a bracket on the bottom. You undo those, and then I think that's everything you have to do down low. I don't have fog lights, so I can just ignore having to remove my fog lights. There are plastic push pins right here though, all along this bottom, so I'm going to have to pull those out with a trim tool. Well, this is one of those moments that I'm really hoping is helpful to other people. So for the last, like, I don't know, 15 minutes or so, I've been struggling to get the body pins out, and I've been getting them out, and I just was like, what the heck? I couldn't figure it out. And the reason is I didn't realize this. Actually, here's the one that I messed up. They are threaded in there. Instead of using like my plastic trim removal piece, what I ended up doing was I took these pliers, because these things are on there and they don't really want to move that well, and literally just twisting them off. And then once they get to a point where they're pretty much out, I can just yank them out. And there you go. You can actually see that it's starting to come out little by little there. I acknowledge I am not the most experienced person, but this is the first time I've seen them like that. And now I have to buy new ones because I messed a couple of them up. Yeah, it's even by hand. It's still too stiff, but it's enough to pull it out right there. And there's another one out that I'll be able to reuse, although I'm gonna buy new ones. That won't be necessary. Oh man, I totally forgot about this. Here's the driver's side headlight. This is like the trim that goes around it. This was broken and it was taped in half when I got it. Passenger side though, totally fine. Just some minor scraping there. Other than that, she's good. Up next, I think this is the last part, and then we're finally able to take it off. Right here are some bolts that hold the bumper. They go all around here. So there's one there, there, there. They come all the way here. They extend to this other side. I think it's just those bolts, and then I have to get the 2 bolts that are inside, like in between the fender and the bumper that connect. Well, everyone, my first reactions are like, holy cow, I think I came out so lucky in all this. I kind of thought that I was going to have to buy a new front bumper support here, or crash bar. I mean, yeah, it has some surface rust, but other than that, it looks really good. This is really the only thing that has any damage. It's slightly bent. Like if you go over here, you can see how it should look. Yeah, the chassis itself, you can see this side, it's obviously really dirty because I didn't run a wheel liner. Quick side story on that. When I bought the car, it came with spare parts, and one of the things that it came with was actually the wheel liner. I forgot to take it, and then like I stuffed the car full of stuff. I forgot to take it. I emailed the guy. It was within a week, and I was like, hey, can I come pick up the wheel liner? No response. I went online, and the person I bought the car from was selling the wheel liner to this car. That really irritated me. Point is, for the 5 years that I owned it, this car never had a wheel liner because of that. Anyways, right here is this side, which looks pretty straight, and then over here, this side looks identical, and this is the side that was not impacted by anything. I am beyond excited because there was a side of me that was like, I'm gonna tear into this, and things are gonna be worse than I thought. But no, it's not really bad at all. One of the things I am noticing though is that it looks like right here, so this is the side that was not hit. It looks like on this side, this might have been tweaked slightly. This is really best case scenario. Now the big thing is just to figure out if I can fix the bumper, which I'm 99% sure I can, because now that it's off, we can come in here and look at all the damage. There's not really anything besides right here. The things I'm gonna need for the car, I know I'm gonna need the hinges for the hood. I already got the fenders for it. I don't know. I think I might just kind of bend this back into place. It seems like it's going to be good enough. And then I got to try to figure out the whole bumper situation. Right now, the plan is just to order some parts, and then I'm obviously going to clean things up and reassemble the car. When I reassemble it, I'm not expecting perfection. I mean, if the panel gaps are off a little bit, I don't really care, or even if a lot, as long as they're not hitting each other, like how the hood was hitting the passenger side fender. The plan is to get the car painted professionally. I'll just let the professionals deal with the final fitment. They can do it. It's what they do for a living, right? I'm about to step into the white MR2 right now. I'm pretty excited. I'm going to pull her out. Oh man, I can't wait to see her in the daylight, but more importantly, just start her, even though it's going to be only for like 30 seconds. I don't want to keep her on because I still haven't done the radiator, and so the car doesn't have coolant in it right now, but driving it or having it like run for 30 seconds isn't going to hurt anything. Pulling backwards, I'm going slow because the hood's open. Crazy to think that she has 206,000 miles, because when I got this car, she had, I believe, 165,000 miles, 160. You know, just a couple months ago, I said I want to keep things simple with the white MR2 to avoid avoid going down the rabbit hole. But now look at us. We're going on this wild journey. This car is in pieces at the moment. I gotta say, this though, you can really see how big the wheels are on this car, because like even with all the body panels off, they look freaking massive. Everything outside still looks good from side to side. There's nothing that's really bent other than this piece right here. And again, this seems like it's slightly tweaked as well, but those seem to be the only two pieces. Obviously the hinges here for the hood are also bent. You know, one of the other nice things is that none of this stuff seems like it's really tweaked or out of alignment either. Here's one last walk around of the car. Man, I can't wait till this thing's done. It's gonna be probably 1 to 2 years. I'm not a rich guy, but dang, is it gonna be worth it. That's all we got for today's video, and thank you for watching, everyone. Definitely stick around because there's gonna be a lot more MR2 content coming up soon. See you guys in the next video.